With these bumps in your flight videos, we try to help you understand that the high school and college landscapes change regularly. It isn't easy to keep up month to month, so let's strap in and prepare for this month's Words to the Wise. Hi, I'm Margaret Meek, and this is Bumps in Your Flight for January 2023. This month, we will start with a very strong warning about what we know is happening in our world today: human trafficking. Why do I bring this up? From Nesta Wing's headquarters out of a mid-sized Colorado town an hour's drive from Denver. It is a quiet town that has populations from all economic spheres. Our school district is well supported and staffed. Our town offers a good deal of support to families. And yet, in the news this week are the indictments of 3 individuals who utilized drugs to lure students in the school district into sexual servitude, including counts of selling or exchanging cocaine, MDMA, and marijuana to get the attention of students they could manipulate. And it wasn't 1 or 10 counts. Just one of the individuals is charged with 59 counts of child abuse, sexual assault on a child, sexual servitude, child abuse, and distribution of a controlled substance. And it isn't a one-time situation. A few years ago, a student who attended one of our workshops brought forward an unsolicited written contact they had received, promising them total funding for college. She didn't know the writer. She had not solicited financial support for college from anyone to that point. We helped her have a discussion with a campus safety officer who was presenting at the workshop on how to stay safe in college. The officer immediately told her not to respond. He took the information and began an investigation. The officer was convinced it was a human trafficking situation. Our town is a safe place to be, so these situations can arise anywhere. Please take care of yourself, take care of your friends. If you receive anything that puts you in jeopardy, be it a promise for free money or a substance that alters your ability to reason, know that there are always strings attached. Share the information with a trusted adult. Work to ensure the individual who may well be nefarious can't hurt someone else. Please take care of yourself. Changing the topic to good news. The omnibus bill signed into U.S. federal law at the end of December contained a significant rise in potential Pell Grant funding. The funding for the 2023-24 academic year will go up $500, bringing the maximum award to $7,395. This is after a $400 increase last year. There are also provisions for higher education funding increases for institutions and programs that support individual students. While discussing financial need, an interesting study was released recently that indicates that up to 40% of students in community colleges and 30% of students attending four-year schools face food insecurity. This survey, conducted in 2020 by the Hope Center for College Community and Justice at Temple University, says that beyond food, students also need help with hygiene products. Colleges across the country at all levels are working to provide access to food pantries, financial coaching, and more. There are food and supply drives, community businesses provide gift cards, and college staffs provide counseling and support to students who need to care for their health as they move into a more stable personal future upon graduation. If you are food insecure, contact your school's student services offices to ask where you can go to receive help. Get the help you need and deserve. Here are the 3 items we have on our interesting to watch list. In other words, they may impact your life, but it is a little early to tell how much and what kind of impact. The beginnings of our watch list are related to social media. First, TikTok is being banned from many governmental devices. This is true for the federal government and a growing number of states. This includes devices owned by the state and provided to high school and college educators. Some colleges are even forced to go as far as to ban TikTok on their networks. There is no way for the application to be banned on private devices right now, but it is worth keeping your eyes on your state of residence and the state that houses your school. And if you're wondering if there's a way to measure the negative impacts of social media, we may get an answer. The Seattle School District is suing the most oft-utilized social media applications, alleging that those businesses utilize algorithms that push content that undermines student self-worth and self-image. The district maintains, with students' mental health challenges brought on by the pandemic and distance learning, Coupled with natural growth challenges, students are more vulnerable during their screen time. The district alleges that the applications are designed to keep students glued to their screens and are filled with messages being pushed out to students that undermine their self-confidence. Between discovery and the trial, it will be interesting to watch for more information on the intent and frequency of algorithmic messages being pushed to students and just how vulnerable students are to those messages. The social media companies being sued indicate that they do not find any truth to the suit and believe that the service they provide enhances the well-being of individuals. Beyond the social media worlds, our next interesting trend to watch is increased access to AI writing applications. These are a way to generate wholly researched and written documents through artificial intelligence programs. These programs will change much of what has become essential to education, from term papers to college application essays. While there have long been questions as to whether or not a student self-authored any paper or essay, AI has expanded opportunities for cutting corners. How does an instructor prove that you didn't write the document you just turned in? How does a college prove you didn't write your admissions essay? There is a growing technology base that is working to be able to identify documents written by AI. Then, if an instructor or admissions committee sees that you have submitted a paper you did not write, they can throw your essay out. We expect that most who receive written documents will change their expectations and processes. You may spend more time in class writing papers in person by hand. While accommodations will have to be made for those who need such, instructors will want to be assured that you are writing the work. And some instructors are embracing AI and holding the student responsible for how they construct the question and parameters submitted to the AI program. Most of the processes that are completed in writing as a way to measure knowledge will be monitored in some fashion. So pay close attention to your language arts classes so you can communicate well through the written word, and in your subject matter classes to make sure you know the material. Our third interesting area to watch is the impact of government on course content, be it the rejection of the AP African American Studies course in Florida, or the movement in many states and by numerous school boards to remove books or topics from classrooms. There is a good deal of time, energy, and attention being focused on what you are being taught. There's even a case at Hamline University of a professor of art being fired for showing a picture of the Prophet Muhammad in her class. This is after she warned her students why she was doing it. She is now suing the university for its handling of her firing. Academic freedom, integrity, and the justification for use of course time are all under great scrutiny. Measure what is happening at any school you attend or are interested in attending to determine how the school measures what is appropriate content. And remember, you are always able to go beyond the school to learn topics or ideas that are not presented in class. As we close out this edition of Bumps, we want to congratulate Yale University for making a decision that will support the mental health of its students. Yale will now allow students to miss terms during their enrollment to deal with mental health issues. Students needing a break will not be penalized and will not have to apply for reinstatement. They will only have to enter the class selection process again with the help of staff. Here is hoping this becomes a bigger trend in higher education. Keep your eyes open for news and information that will impact your education. If you found any of this information useful, hit the like button or consider subscribing. And if you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear what you are thinking.